In this video, we're going to break down the 360 precision. I have a feeling a lot of people watching may have worked on this movement but have found themselves frustrated, as while it seems relatively simple on paper, it has a lot going on at once. I've worked on this movement a bunch over the years, and even after feeling like I've gotten it locked down, I still was finding myself struggling to effectively teach it to my students with consistent success. But I've taken time to really break down the movement, and I've gotten the key pieces to make this movement work. Let's break it down. At first glance, the 360 precision or 360 pre seems relatively simple. It's just a jump with a full turn. The largest confusion I see people have is when and where to put the twist into the jump. To make it more clear, let's compare the 360 pre to a standard precision. The reason I'm highlighting a normal pre is because the major body shapes that are made during a jump need to be unchanged when properly executing a 360 pre. Now, when we look back at a 360 pre, we can see all of the same major shapes present. This is super important to keep in mind so you can jump with power and accuracy. Now let's walk you through the progressions to make this movement happen. The first progression is doing a 360 jump on a flat surface with no specific landing zone. Our goal is to be able to jump in a straight line without veering off to one side. I chose to jump off a curb because it gives me a more accurate feel to actually doing a 360 off of a ledge. The way to ensure you jump in a straight line is to keep your hips stacked straight over your feet and your shoulders square, not leaning to one side. As you can see in this example, I'm leaning my hips while I load my jump and my body follows my hips as I take off. I end up landing way off to the side of where I intended. The arm swing during takeoff can feel a bit awkward at first. Start with both arms on one side of your body. They will pull across your body to initiate the twist and finish up on either side of your head, just like how they would on a normal precision. Finishing the takeoff with your arms up over your head helps lift your shoulders and give you more distance in your jump. As you implement these techniques, be mindful about hitting all of the necessary body shapes for a correct jump. Here, you can see that I forgot to drive my knees at the peak of the jump and my body gets off balance on landing. Once you can consistently jump in a straight line on flat ground, now let's go to the next progression of trying to land precisely onto an object. Find a stair or a curb and jump to it from the ground from a couple feet away. Be mindful not to start too close to the curb or else it is extremely hard to spot your landing in time. Take plenty of time on this progression to make sure that you're landing consistently. If you find that your body is leaning to one side again, go back to jumping on the ground before returning to this progression. You can also practice spotting your landing by jumping to a mark on the ground. As you take off, push your chin over the shoulder that you are rotating to. Look past your shoulder and you'll be able to see your landing right as you reach about halfway through your rotation. Once you can jump in a straight line and land consistently, we can start putting the movement into real-life application. Find a nice, medium, low consequence jump for you to start out with. I like to do a standing pre to it first to get a gauge of how much power I'm going to have to put in for the 360 pre. From there, you have all the tools you need, it's just about putting in the practice. If you find that things are getting difficult or your technique is slipping, just walk back to earlier progressions and get it locked down before progressing back up again. I love this fun, unique movement, and I think anyone can get this with a little bit of diligence and training. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy. If you have any questions, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. From there, you have two options. You can build forwards or backwards off of that movement. Does it make sense to start with that movement? Should it be the last movement? Should it go somewhere in the middle and build both forward and backward? The easiest way to make that decision and build out the rest of the line is to follow your momentum. This is the most important fundamental to good parkour line building. As you get more proficient at making lines, there are situations and reasons to stray away from following your momentum and even go against your momentum on purpose. But for now, we want to use this as our guide in building parkour lines.